Hi, welcome back. So I go to the supermarket, I'm trying to find some food for my kids' lunchbox, and I see a label that says school canteen approved. It's great, isn't it, Sue, that in the supermarkets they give us this health advice to tell us what's healthy for our kids. The story's a bit more complex, isn't it?
It is indeed, Kent. So what's actually happened is that the government some years ago developed school canteen guidelines for use by canteen managers to help plan menus at school, and they use the traffic light guide where you have the green foods that you should eat all the time. You've got amber foods to be careful with and red foods not to include at all.
To avoid, okay.
But what's happened is that manufacturers of processed snack foods have exploited this and used it for a purpose which it was not intended.
Okay, I think I saw one of these here. Yeah, here we go. This particular food here has meets amber guidelines.
Yes.
School canteens.
So these are self-styled logos. They are not
Okay.
independently assessed, the
So
products.
not part of the government scheme?
They are not part of the
Okay.
government scheme. In fact, Choice found that there were 17 such logos on packets on different processed and discretionary foods to help increase the sales of these products.
17 different
17
logos
different self-styled logos, yes.
saying this is good for your kids' lunchbox,
Yes.
this is good for a school canteen.
Yes, and this is because companies know that that helps to drive sales.
So none of these logos are actually put on a pack as after some sort of accreditation process, or
Absolutely not.
so it's just made up?
That's right. So this is why health professionals and public health officials are very concerned, because it's making discretionary foods have a health halo.
I like that, a health halo.
Yes, and busy parents don't have a lot of time to check labels. They see a logo like that and they think, this must be good for me or good for my child, and they can have as much as they want. But in fact, these are just discretionary foods. Most of them have far too much salt, they have too much sugar, they're highly refined, not enough fibre, and the wrong types of fats. And indeed, we know from the last National Nutrition Survey that 40% or more of total calories that a 14 to 18-year-old in Australia will consume come from these types of foods.
Wow, that's what they call empty calories, isn't
Empty
it?
calories.
Yeah.
And we also know that 70% of kids' eating behaviours and preferences are set when they're young. So we need to make sure that what we do pack in their lunchbox are going to be foods that are going to set them up for health and well-being, not for type 2 diabetes or obesity.
Because sometimes you can sort of get away with it when you're a kid, can't you? You're healthy, you're running around, you're growing, so
Well, it
you
appears
sort
that
of
way.
use those calories. I mean,
Yes.
we do have a problem with childhood obesity, let's face it. But as you're an adult and you keep eating like that.
And also, it's not just about the weight, it's what some of those nasty nutrients are doing inside the children's bodies that we actually can't see in terms of bringing chronic disease early.
Okay, so you got that message, beware labels. And you mentioned Choice. I understand they have a...
Choice have been running a advocacy campaign to try and get parents and others in the community to support the need for these misleading logos to be removed from pack. So if people would like to support the scheme, the best thing is to sign up. It takes 30 seconds to endorse this campaign so we can get these misleading logos off pack and parents are no longer being misled.
Okay, so check those web address details that are on your screen. Now, just quickly before we go, Sue, because we're nearly out of time, you have some healthy options here.
Absolutely. So it's back to the basics, Kent. Natural, minimally processed foods. A, they will save you money because these discretionary choices actually cost more per serve than many natural foods.
I've noticed that,
And B, they're going to set your kids up for a healthy life. Establish good habits now, protect them from obesity and high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes.
And who says they don't have to be fun? I mean, the curly apple machine or even this pineapple slice on a stick. That's what I'm going to send you off with for this segment. Thanks so much for your time, Sue.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Munching and crunching.